All right, thanks very much, Melissa. Talking once again to some top congressmen about the debt ceiling talks and those hearings on the Hill where the folks who lead the credit ratings agencies are being grilled by members of Congress, including Gregory Meeks of New York and Scott Garrett of New Jersey. Mr. Meeks, a Democrat, Mr. Garrett, a Republican. Let's start with the hearings about the ratings agency. Mr. Meeks, what will you ask when it comes your time to question the head of S&P or Moody's?
Well, the key is I think the most important thing that's confronting us is our AAA credit rating. And what will it take to make sure that we maintain that AAA credit rating? Because if we lose that, that's what's devastating, and that will cost the American people millions, billions of dollars. And so I want to know specifically from them, what do we need to do in their viewpoint to make sure that we keep and maintain our AAA rating, which I'm told is now in jeopardy based upon the plans that have been discussed, so that we can make sure that we can at least come to an agreement on what we need to do to save America's credit rating.
How concerned are you? Sort of the same question for you, Congressman Garrett. What will you ask? But I've seen figures that indicate that if the credit rating is downgraded by even one notch, that the borrowing costs for the American taxpayers could go up by $100 billion.
Right. You have a ripple effect here. So if the credit ratings move it down, it'll affect both the United States government and the amount we have to pay, but also affects everyone else, because a lot of, as you know, other rates are tied to these rates. So it has a ripple effect across the economy. So none of us want to see this notch going down. Now, we've heard already from S&P previously in their analysis letter of July 14th what needs to be done. They say you need to actually cut spending, rein it in by an amount of around $4 trillion. And of course, Senator Reid has a bill out there. That doesn't get to it. We have a bill that passed out of the House. It was done in a bipartisan manner. That was a cut, cap, and balance bill. That does actually get to that level. So I think that's the only bill that's out there right now that would actually make sure that we maintain our level.
But that's not the Boehner plan. That was the earlier this spring plan.
No, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Let's talk now about the debt limit ceiling and whether you see the likelihood of a compromise in the next couple of days. I don't mean to run with something you said off camera, but I believe you guys are expecting to stay here this weekend.
Well, yeah, I think that we are. I mean, I think that when you look at the fact that the Boehner bill now has to be rewritten, and the fact that you can talk to Scott about this better than me, but it seems that there's no unity even among the Republicans on the Boehner bill. They're divided there. So we're going to have a vote that's now not today, that's tomorrow, that they can't agree upon. And so then what the Senate does. So I don't see where there is any alternative other than be here this weekend. And hopefully, you know, maybe the Senate can come up with something and send it back over here to the House, and maybe then something can happen first on the majority side, and we're surely ready to work on the minority side.
Congressman Garrett, if we have a Reid plan that cuts something, as of the latest estimates, of $2.2 billion, and I know some of the GOP quibble with that number, or a Boehner plan that cuts something of about $1 trillion plus or thereabouts, if I've got the numbers correct. In the first tranche and then the second tranche. Right. Do you think that that means that the AAA rating of this, and those are the two viable plans right now. Nobody's talking about the $4 trillion anymore.
Well, I would suggest that. I mean, as we look at it right now, all the chatter is about what's happening in the House, but really where maybe the focus should be is over the Senate. The Senate has one bill that's passed in a bipartisan manner. That's cut, cap, and balance. That's over there. So the focus should be on
passed by the House.
Passed by the House, bipartisan basis. Both Republicans and Democrats supported that. Sent over to the Senate. So that's over there. The Senate, Senator Reid says he has a bill. So if the focus really should be in some respect on Senator Reid, and wait for them to do something, either take up and actually vote yes or no on the cut, cap, and balance. They only tabled and postponed it. Or if he has a bill, great. Let's come out of the Senate.
Cut, cap, and balance, number one. And two, Congressman Meeks, what's wrong with the idea of revisiting the debt ceiling one more time before the 2012 election?
There's a couple of things. Number one, first of all, you know, what my friend Mr. Garrett is saying is bipartisan. There was only 4 Democrats on the House side that voted for it. So I don't really consider that a bipartisan bill. And number two, when you talk about the bipartisanship, you know, you have a majority Republicans in the House and majority Democrats in the Senate, and the President of the United States, who happens to be a Democrat. So you've got to be some shared sacrifice in that regard. It's not have it in one way. You've got to try to work and try to compromise in that regard. Now, what's bad about about having 2 votes is something of what the S&P has indicated. That will hurt our credit rating. That doesn't help us. And if we're going to focus on making sure that we keep, as we start this conversation, our AAA rating, then again, we got to listen to S&P. And so that doesn't satisfy that requirement, so that ends that talk right there.
Well, gentlemen, alas, we have to leave it there. I wish you good luck this weekend because, as Paul Simon wrote, our nation turns its lonely eyes to you. Gentlemen, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Well,